Hello, Chris Godinez, licensed professional counselor, also the host of We Need to Talk on every Sunday at noon, and then I post it up to Facebook and stuff and things. This video is for educational and informational purposes only. The views and opinions stated herein are mine and mine alone. They do not represent the ACA, the APA, or any other therapist for that matter. Boom, shakalaka done. I'd like to thank my sponsor, BetterHelp, BetterHelp, BetterHelp.com/Chris Godinez. They're an online therapy company. They are international. So if you are anywhere in the world and you need to get to a therapist, go to betterhelp.com/Chris Godinez, fill out the questionnaire, and they will place you with a master's level, PhD level therapist that can do international or in your state. If you don't like them, you simply go back on and say, didn't mesh, and then you fill out some more questions and they'll place you with somebody else. So thank you, betterhelp.com/Chris Godinez. Okay. Whew. Happy Friday, everybody. The question for today is, why do they double down on their lies when presented with the truth? It's maddening. Yes, it is maddening, and that's intentional. And then what they'll do is, when the doubling down on their lies doesn't work, they start the word salad. So they never. You are dealing with somebody who operates on the level of maybe a 24-month-old, a 2-year-old, maybe on a good day if the wind is blowing in the right direction. That is just who and what they are. So narcissists have no empathy. They have no ability to admit, or let me rephrase that. They have the ability to admit it. They just don't want to. They won't admit when they're wrong. Ever. Ever, 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 ever. They will never admit they're wrong. Ever. It is too threatening to their ego. So a healthy, normal person, itty bitty bit of ego, the rest of it's normal, right? With a narcissist, all ego, nothing normal. So their ego is too threatened to ever admit that they've ever done anything wrong. So they double down on their lies, and it starts getting ridiculous, And pretty soon they flip the script, and it's, oh, you made me, and oh, it's your fault, and this, that, and the other thing, so that they absolutely abdicate any and all responsibility for whatever it is they just did, that they just got caught in. So they double down because it's the win for them. The win is everything. They have to win. They are winners. They have to win, and everybody else has to be a loser. And so if they, in their crazy heads, they think that if they take responsibility, that's them admitting to being less than perfect. Well, I hate to break it to you. Healthy, normal people admit to being less than perfect. When I've screwed up, man, I own it. I'm sorry. I will never do that again. How can I make amends? How can I fix this? And if the other person says, I don't want it fixed, we're done. Okay. And I am sorry, and then it never happens again. You know what I'm saying? But with a narcissist, it's like, oh, I didn't do that. And if I did do that, you made me. What? No. So they double down on their lies because it's all about them winning. You are literally dealing with a 2-year-old or younger. So, and in their little heads, because they're all ego, there is no there, guys. When I tell you there is no there, I am not just whistling a tune. There is literally no there. Like, they're all ego. It's all about the ego. It's all about the defense of the illusion of who they are. Okay. And they will defend that to the death. Let me be clear about that. Okay. They absolutely will never admit that they're wrong. They absolutely will never apologize. And if they do, it's a narcissistic apology. And we've been over that, which is a fake apology. It's the behavior you're looking for, not the words. So they'll say pretty words, but the behavior never changes. Well, that's not an apology. So they, in their heads, they have to win. They have to be one up, and everybody else has to be one down. So when they get caught with their hands, red-handed in the cookie jar, they'll lie. Oh, that's not my hand. That's somebody else's hand. It's attached to your body. Well, word salad. Well, you made me. And then they'll flip the script. So when I say word salad, what I mean is they start not making sense. Like, they'll start dragging in little bits and pieces of other arguments that you might have had with them over the years, and somehow spin that around to that the reason that their hand is in the cookie jar is for something you did 23 years ago. See where I'm going with that? That is just how they are. So that is why they double down, because their egos absolutely cannot handle any sort of attack in their mind on their ego. So how do I explain this? Healthy, normal people don't have a problem admitting when they're wrong. We just don't. It's kind of like, oops, how do I make amends? How do I fix this? Let me make sure this doesn't happen again. But to a narcissist, being caught in a lie, and little kids do this. You watch them squirm trying to get out of being in trouble, right? But with a narcissist, there's a little bit more malignancy to it. There's a little bit more malice to it. It's not just wanting to get out of trouble. It's needing to be superior and needing to prove you wrong and needing to be one up and needing to be right and everything else. My dad had this saying that absolutely drove me crazy. I'm never wrong. He literally said that. I'm never wrong. And he was so wrong about so many things. But I may be temporarily mistaken. He could never admit that he was wrong or lost. I'm not lost. I'm just temporarily confused. That's another thing he used to say. So it's they never can admit when they have done wrong, said wrong, been wrong, etc. And they will desperately protect that ego. It's all about the ego defense. So you'll watch them flip through multiple, ego defenses in order to be right. They have no moral compass at all. And even when they're wrong, even when they're caught doing something wrong, in their heads, it's not wrong. It's justifiable. Well, you made me. Well, I had to because, and then some excuse. So they're really adept at doubling down on the lies, flipping the script, using word salad, just stuff that doesn't even make sense, bringing up stuff from years and years and years ago and then mixing it up into the new stuff and then spewing it out. That's just what they do. They're just, they're all ego. And it's all about the defense of the ego. They'll never admit to being wrong. They'll never admit, like literally, they will be caught doing some illegal act, right? There's video of it. There's, people, witnesses, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And they will stand there and say, oh no, I didn't do that. And they believe it. They believe in their head that they are 100% innocent because in their minds, they've never done a wrong thing in their life. Their doo-doo does not stink. So that's why they double down on their lies. Now, if you are around somebody who is doing that, this is your cue. This is your sign to leave because they're never going to change. They're never going to suddenly have a waking up moment and be like, oh my God, I've been a fool my whole life. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. That's never going to happen. Ever. So if you're around somebody who's doubling down on their lies, whether that's a partner or a family member or a boss or anything, leave. Get the hell out. There is absolutely no reason to stick around. And they've shown you who they are. Healthy, normal people don't double down on lies. When somebody is called out for doing something wrong, you acknowledge it, you admit it, you take proper steps to amend for it, and then you make sure it never happens again, period. So this is why they do that. It's all ego defense. It's all protecting that illusion of their perfection in their own heads. So yeah, and if you're around somebody that's doing that, this is your sign. Get out. Save yourself because they're never going to change. They are never going to change. And again, pointing out to them that they're lying, not going to work. They don't see it as a lie. They don't. They see it as justifiable. So, and you're never going to reason with a narcissist because there is no moral compass. There is no there. So anyway, there that is. That's why they double down. That's why they flip the script. That's why they word salad. That's why because they're desperately trying to stay one up. All right, my loves. So this Sunday, I am going to be talking about inner critic, outer critic. and what to watch out for, because I've seen a lot of people coming out of abusive relationships, especially family of origin. Whoo, boy howdy, outer critic like nobody's business, which also means inner critic like nobody's business. So we're going to talk about judgment. We're going to talk about judging others. We're going to talk about judging ourselves. We're going to talk about how not to do that because it's really not healthy. So, all right. So, we're going to talk about all that on Sunday. All right. You guys have a great Friday, and I will talk to you in a couple of days. Bye.